world of anime. And then you start discovering all the other great anime, which we all know about. It's all being discussed here. And some people often, to take your question a little step further too, some people have been asking, well, Kevin, aren't you like, you see all these conventions, you see all these people cosplaying and doing all these other shows, aren't you like upset or something? So, no, just the opposite. I think it's better. I think it's awesome that we have all these other shows now too, and Robotech's part of a chorus of anime, not just the only one in town. I think that's really cool. Yeah. So, all right, great question, sir. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a CD. Make your friend really jealous. There we go. All right, great questions, folks. Who has another question? We still have 30 minutes left. All right, yes, sir.
I've heard that Robotech was actually redubbed again into Japanese and aired over there as Robotech. Is that untrue?
That's completely untrue. That's completely untrue. But in China, Robotech is considered to be an American show. Robotech came over with Transformers, G.I. Joe, and He-Man, and Robotech. And the Chinese were told, this is the show that's really popular in America. It's from America. It's called Robotech. Now, it came over in 1991 is when it debuted in China. And it was a huge hit in China. But the funny thing was, in the late 1990s, when the bootlegs of SDF Macross started popping up in China, all the Robotech fans were there were like, what's this Japanese bootleg of called Macross? That's not Hikaru Ichiku, that's Rick Hunter. The Japanese are ripping off Harmony Gold. Harmony Gold has to stop them. I went to China, and that's what the fans were asking. What are you going to do to stop these Japanese bootlegs of Robotech from coming into China? I'm like, oh. I was like, that was tough to explain. But, I mean, it's giving you an idea, though, the Chinese, for many years, thought it was an American show. But in reality, it's a Japanese show dubbed in America, but we have the international rights, and China's part of our territory. So that's how it's that story's true. But it was never. There is no Japanese version of Robotech in Japan. It's just Macross, Southern Cross, and Mosquito. It's those three shows. Now the industry in Japan knows about Robotech. They know us. They know what we've done. But there's no Japanese version of Robotech. Although there have been Japanese bootleg fan subs of Robotech Shadow Chronicles in Japan. We have seen those pop up. And we're seeing there are now Japanese Robotech fans following us because there are fans of the original three shows in Japan, and we're sort of exploring the original three shows in Japan. They're sort of forgotten. So there are Japanese fans who follow everything we do. They translate our site into Japanese and update. It's completely bizarre. And another funny part too about this is that with our Masterpiece collection, the Masterpiece collection of Cyclones, I'll show you what I mean by that. So they're the Masterpiece collection of Cyclones. Now, here's a good shot of the box. All right, so here's the box. All right. Now in Japan, so now this is what the box looks like in Japan. That's what the box looks like in Japan. This is how the same toy is sold in Japan. But this is how the toy is sold in America. The Japanese, as you know, love to collect. So they look at this and go, eh. They look at this and go, oh my God, I want this. I want this type of packaging. So the Japanese are teaming up, the Japanese fans teaming up with Robotech fans. The Robotech fans will buy it, will ship it back to Japan. So George Sun, who runs Toynami, who does the Master Toy license, is trying to stop the reverse importation of Robotech toys back into Japan. Yeah, I know. It's like, the Japanese, we love this, we love the artwork, we love the box, we love the ways. We want this. We don't. We want
don't
this.
want-
We don't want this. This is boring. It's the same toy. It's the same exact toy, but they want this package. So see, as you can see in Robotech, there is no simple answer, and you can see it's so deep. It goes so deep. So great question, though. You know what? You talked about stuff getting over. Whether or not Japan. I'm going to give you a limited 1 of 1,000 Macross Valkyrie. How's that sound? All right, there you go. Okay, excellent. All right, yes, sir.
I also got a question.
All right.
Any plans to potentially bring back the mastermind for the
Toy line, masterpiece toy line.
for the Macross Valkyrie?
We want to. The problem is that the economy has changed since the financial crisis of 2008. It used to be before then you had like your low range toys like $20 to $30.
Yeah.
You had we would a mid range toy that would be $80 to $200.
Yeah.
And then you would have the collectors that would be $500 a pop. Now it's changed. Now either fans want $20, $30 toy, or they want a $2,000 collector. There's no the mid range is
It's gone.
it's sadly gone. It really is. We want to, but sadly we just can't do it. The market's gone. Either fans they want relatively inexpensive stuff like the flying box
Or
figures. They want that limited edition, only 1,000 made, 2,000 piece, 2,000 unit limit toy, and it's an either or. The retailers have told us they don't want that mid range stuff that's really difficult to sell. Either they want it cheap or they want it super expensive, and it's just the economics of the situation right now. So I will give you a rope calendar. All right, next question. Who has another question? Yes, sir.
Yeah, being a cosplayer and being a prop maker,
Yeah.
we're currently working on an Ingram from Pat Labor. I was wondering, these days, one of the best ways I've observed to get noticed or to bring something back into the view of the younger players is to have a good cosplay on the main field, say AX. Have you ever given consideration to commissioning a cosplay bot sized person? We've got all sorts of persons, like at AX, you see all sorts of beautifully done bots walking around
Right.
10 feet tall.
Will we commission one? We have plaster versions of the robots. I'll show you what I mean. Trust me, one thing about robots is you have to show. So let me show you what I mean. We have plaster versions. No, that's not one. Just so you know, that's baby G from one of my friends who just had her baby. So hopefully I'm trying to make her a Robotech fan, by the way, too. Reaching that younger audience. But here we're on our Facebook page here. I'll be able to show you what we have plaster versions. Inside Harmony Gold that we commissioned about a decade ago. Because now, just while finding the photo, we encourage fans to cosplay. We have no problem with fans cosplaying Robotech, as long as no money exchanges hands, meaning you can't sell it. You can't sell your costume, because that we consider to be a contractual violation. But we encourage it. We want fans to do it and have fun with it. Obviously, because if you're not having fun while doing cosplay, you're doing it wrong. I'll show you.
I saw one.
No, that's not what you. Example of what we were talking about. This was inside the Carl Mason's Robotech Universe premiere at Harmony Gold in 2011. And what we did was we created there were huge plaster versions of the Veritech thing. So just to give you an idea of what we do. Making the bots are a little difficult if you want to have someone look around, we've noticed. Because people can run in, there's liability issues as well. So what we did was we had these sort of plaster